So, Louis Armstrong, he was born in 1901 and he died in 1971. Louis Armstrong grew up in New Orleans. He was in a neighborhood called the Battlefield, which really wasn't called the Battlefield, but that was kind of the way things were. Things were a little bit rough there. He had a mother who had a lot of children, and he had to work when he was really young for a family, shoveling coal into each room of their motel room. They did help him out by giving him food and giving him hand-me-downs, and once on his birthday, that family gave him his first cornet. Not a trumpet, a cornet, which is a smaller version of a trumpet with a slightly different timbre. He was very, very musically talented. He learned by ear. That means that he listened to the music and then he just tried to figure it out. Some people really don't, a lot of musicians, they don't like playing by ear at all. They like to know exactly what note they're playing, how they're playing it, analyzing it. Some people like picking up some music and figuring it out. Neither one is wrong. So the best type of musician can do both really well. So his role model was a New Orleans jazz musician called Joe King Oliver. He was the king of jazz down there. Louis Armstrong, sit in back alleys as a young child listening to Joe King Oliver and his band play, and then he would just sit and try to figure out the same theme. So if he was learning a theme, oh, when the saints go marching in, he would try to figure it out on his cornet. And he just kind of figured it out. Late at night after the jazz musicians left, he would say, hey Joe, how do you like this riff? And he would give him technical help with how to play instrument, like getting private lessons from a modern day teacher. However, Louis got into trouble. He ended up going to a juvenile detention center because he decided to shoot a gun off in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. It didn't hurt anyone, but that was enough to get him sent away. He always have said this though, he said that even though he was sent away, it was the best thing that happened to him because it made him learn how to have an education. Then he was able to play in a band and start really learning how to read music a little bit better. It also made him realize that he didn't want to be in that situation. He didn't want to go to jail when he got older, so it made him work harder when he got out. So when he did get out, he worked really hard and he asked Joe, hey, can I join your band? And Joe said, let's see your chops. And he blew Joe away. So he became one of Joe King Oliver's biggest protege. Louis then, once you get really good at something, you get a nickname. His name was Satchmo. Satchmo was short for satchel mouth, which isn't very nice because he was pretty much saying that he had a purse mouth, because a satchel is a big mail bag carrying purse, has a big opening. So they pretty much were calling him Big Mouth. He didn't mind. He shortened it to Satchmo, and it's because he had big cheeks and a big mouth.